Hey there. Welcome to 50 Questions Friday for April 25th of 2025. Gosh, good morning, everybody. Thank you for joining us here for 50 Questions Friday. And gosh, guess I have a few announcements here first. So we do have the light bangles back in stock, the Equinox light bangles. So the Equinox bangles were the ones that was simply tapping into the new energy that we're going to be bringing through, as well as the standard energetics of that light bangle. So, and sorry if our service is dragging here a little bit this morning. Not sure what's going on with the stream. I might have froze up, but we're going to keep it rolling here. So let's see, light bangles. So yes, we do have the size large, the size small, and the extra small in those Equinox bangles in stock again. Now, and I just put the extra small original bangles. Gosh, we marked those down to $18 this morning. We're giving them away. We're paying you to take them. So those extra small light bangles again, only $18. The extra small and the Equinox are 22, as are the small and the larger 24. And the larger actually quite a bit more work to create those ones. Hey, Christine from Vietnam at the moment. Good to see you. Glad you're joining us here today. Gosh, feels like it would be quite a fun adventure to be where you're at this morning. Feels grand. All right, so some other things we have. Gosh, we are bringing back the Golden Fire Generator bangle. These wonderful extra large bangles. Well, they're bangle. It's a generator bracelet is what they're listed as. But the Golden Fire Generator Bracelet, it's an amazing one because, gosh, this was one of our best sellers for several years, is this beautiful 4-inch Golden Fire tensor field generator. Now, the beautiful thing about the bracelet is that we've spent the time and we've rounded these nice and beautiful, and then we've collapsed them once. So if you decide that you get a generator bracelet in this Golden Fire, in this heavier 12 gauge, you can actually round this back into a beautiful tensor field generator. These particular ones have a 5.5 mile sphere of influence, programmable, of course. And yeah, the Golden Fire is our greatest one for clearing any of the denser energies you're working with, like super intense EMF, just super dense energies in buildings, places, like schools, hospitals, and government work. All those kinds of fun things are great to take your Golden Fire tensor field generators in. So what's nice about this one is it is more of a portable, functional generator, because you can collapse it flat, carry it in the purse, carry it around the wrist. This is compared to my Harmony, which I love my Harmony generator bracelet. I wear it all the time. The Golden Fire is quite a bit larger and it's heavier duty. But again, if you're not getting it as a generator bracelet, again, it makes a great freestanding form that you can just carry with you and expand it when you get to your space. Because our other Golden Fire, our 2.5 inch, it's not as portable, because that 2.5 inch one, it's pretty lightweight. It's designed just to kind of set it and leave it in a space. But if you're wanting to go on the travel and you need that heavier, hefty Golden Fire energetics, then yeah, this is a great one. So again, we just made a limited run of these. They are now listed under the generator bracelets. Really a fun one, though. So this also comes with, all of our generators come with an instructional sheet. So And this is an old one because it's still instructions for use the harmony generator and tensor field generators. I guess we haven't updated this paper that we send out with all of our orders for a number of years, but I'd love to do some reading with you. So there are innate abilities that your particular generator has, and you can customize yours through programming the sphere. This is done by holding it in your hands while speaking into it your intentions. By your intentions and the sound of your voice and your touch, you can program your sphere as a tool in your life. It is an amplifier of energy, a protector, a provider. And again, really not fond of the word protection, but we use it twice in this sheet. You can be all encompassing when requesting protection from unseen energies versus naming each one, like geopathic stress lines, cell phone radiation, ghosts, entities, your future mother in law, whatever it is. We have seen marked results in programming the spheres for only beneficial weather to enter the sphere of influence. Yeah, that was one of these things because these tensor field generators have been around since pretty much the beginning of Twisted Sage. So I think 2011, for sure, we had the generators by then. And with that, yeah, programming for beneficial weather, that's been a big thing for a lot of people. People have sent feedback. There's thousands of testimonials on the website, and a lot of them are about the tensor field generators. There's hundreds of testimonials on the generators, and just talking about how it changes neighborhoods. Gosh, we've had good friends who've had fires that come around their property, and looking at it miraculously, it's like, wow, how did that fire not get into your property? Well, we kind of all know the reason for that, of people all sitting with their intentions and focusing and just sending their energy, their light into it. So the generators that are collapsible to wear as energy cufflinks, amplifying the energy you run. So if you do Reiki, anything of that nature, they just amplify everything. But you can collapse it and put it around your water, placing it around your tea is a fantastic way to go. So yeah, a lot of my cups have, hey, we still have an old Twisted Sage sticker on here. A lot of our cups, I do keep generators around them. So in collapsing the generators, they may come out of a round, but be assured that even a semi-spherical generator is fully functional. So even if you're not able to get it perfectly, all squares and triangles, all exact and perfect, and all rings perfectly round, it can be semi-spherical and still be producing that same field of influence. So anyway, yeah, the instruction sheet that comes with the generators. All right. So, and we are opening up this to 50 questions here today. I'm just going through and sharing some things. So if anybody does have any questions on particular tools, please do drop them in the chat tab. All right. So this little wonderful, fun little tool toy is really what I would like to promote is the Fidget Generator. So the Fidget Generator from Twisted Sage, it's a pretty remarkable little tool. The tensor rings are actually more in a triangular shaped. So each of the 4 rings is more of a triangular shape in this in order for them to more easily collapse. Now I am wearing the collapsible, the pendant version of this generator. Now mine, which is beautifully patinaed from being in hot springs everywhere across the country. If you notice, the ones that we use as a pendant, which are called the Nothing Space Pendant, these ones have been flattened more. They've been more rounded so that they'll stay collapsed into one plane, just like this. This is as much as you can extend this sphere. It isn't one that will collapse and open and collapse in another direction. So that's the difference between the pendant and the fidget. So the fidget, so this fidget toy, if you do the studies on fidget toys are pretty amazing what they do for people, focus, their brains, everything else, emotions. But when you are using the tensor field generator while you are doing your fidgeting, which again is just opening, collapsing, opening, collapsing. So this particular generator model, the energetics is the nothing space. The nothing space is one that a lot of our friends, clients, customers have talked about the no space or nothing space energetics as being very helpful. We've had people that have been going through, a death of a loved one, just different things that are very taxing on the human, on the emotional, especially. And they've noticed that that nothing space energetics just really helps them step back out of it. Um, because the nothing space is truly a space of all your energy unmanifest. That is what the nothing yet everything is with this particular space is again all your energy unmanifest. So it's your potentials. It is your potentials. And so when you are playing with this and you're inexplicably drawn into the heart space when you are playing with these tools and these fields and you're just stepping out of the head, you're just, sometimes it makes you take that deep breath and it just pulls you out of the head and allows your light, your consciousness to be what interacts with this field. So this field to the nothing space is not one that, you have to worry about your worries manifesting and creating through these, because the mind really has very little to say about bringing through your potentials. This has to do with your consciousness and your light. So you can be having a really shit moment of just down and out and, negative self-talk and whatever is going on in there that you're not aware of is not what's affecting these. And so it can be a worry fidget too, that when you sit with this and it brings you back into just a calm space, back into the heart, then your light begins to really shine on these potentials. And so basically, to me, metaphysically, this fidget toy is doing so much more than just the calming of anxiety and things like that, that it is bringing you into more of a space of really being a conscious creator. And from beyond the field of necessity and survival and all the other stuff that goes on up there. This really does bring you to the heart, and it does help to amplify those heart-based feelings and intentions. So anyway, Fidget Generator's pretty fantastic little tool toy. I think these things are only like $70. Pretty sure. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that's what they're on sale for. I think they used to be 88. Pretty fantastic little tool toy. It's something that we've been really running a lot of these through the studio the past week or so. Um, one is I enjoy making these a lot, because, I'm doing I'm doing all the twisting and cutting and bending and shaping and welding. And I need to keep Mike busy on the polish and grind. So these ones really keep him busy. So I've been making a lot of these this past week just to keep ahead of Mike on the polish and grind station. And then, of course, Mary comes along and checks them afterwards and makes sure that all of your triangles are shaped nicely so that you have a good, smooth flow within here. So between the three of us, we've really done the work, put in a lot of love and Yeah, just put in a lot of love into all these tools that we've created. So anyway, fidget generators, highly recommend. You can carry one in your pocket. Um, Gosh, it's still going to be protecting you from EMF. There I go with that protection word again. All the because when we start talking about EMFs, a lot of people feel like, oh, I need protection from anything outside of me. But it's just because you're in that limited space. And truly, what these Twisted Sage tools are doing is to helping you really bring in your light so that you can be the transformer of energies. We don't have to run around in the world being afraid and learn how to decipher and distinguish energies. And is this good? Is this bad? Is this harmful? Is this? And living your life bouncing around of, is this good? Is this bad? Instead of truly just allowing your energy to transform the things. And you don't have to worry about whether they are good or bad or, and spending your time trying to distinguish. And I'm talking about this from experience because, oh my God, that's what I've done for years is, ever since I learned dowsing, always just was dowsing, trying to find, is this good? Is this not good? And do I need to replace this element on my hot water heater, for example, or not? And anymore, it got to be where I could just walk through the world and then things would just present like, hey, this element needs changed on this hot water heater. And then be like, oh, okay, darn it. And then it got to another point in the evolution where it's like, hey, check out this element on the hot water heater. It might give out if you just leave it be the way it is and stop, go into the heart, give it your smile, give it your light, and walk on and forget about it. And here years later, still not worried about it. so it's so my point is that these tools, these fields can really help you step out of all these different ways that you work in the world of, not living in a safe universe of, having the worries all the time. So I need this worry fidget because I'm always worried about something. Um, these tools really do have a way to take you out of those spaces so that, because it's not the tools that are doing the clearing and, they assist in that because they create this field, to transform EMF. So again, you can carry this in your pocket and it is going to help ensure that discordant electromagnetic fields, if you're really sensitive to electromagnetics and they just knock you off kilter and cause all kinds of issues, um, these fields, these tools help you stay more centered, grounded, aligned, connected with your own self, standing strong, whether you are really spiritual or not. I mean, standing in your power, in your light, standing in your strength is something that, you know, will ensure that EMFs don't cause all the issues because, it's been a couple of years or so since really had that epiphany with EMFs when was doing some really deep work with my sister Brenda when she was basically channeling her soul. Um, and it was really wild to be in the space with her. I could hardly ask questions because it was just like, wow, being in that space. But basically, one of the questions, the only question I ever could ask when she was full blown embodying her soul, was a question on EMF. And at the time, it basically told me, well, you're going to learn that really EMFs aren't an issue. And, and truly, I do believe it and see it that way anymore. Because truly, if you can stand grounded, centered, connected in your light, in your power, you're basically untouchable. So that we see, like, if EMFs bother you, it's because you're not fully, not saying anything negative. It's just maybe you're not fully grounded, centered, aligned, present for multitudes of reasons of being a human. And so once you start to step into yourself, then those outside energies don't topple you so easy, and maybe not at all, that you can stand in your in your strength. So again, that's just another thing that I feel that these tools do. And this fidget generator and the energetics with that nothing space, a space of all potentials. And this space is also one that really does help you step out of the mind. That's part of the nothing space. It's what we built our very first of the light chambers that we created here, our newest light chamber, just a few years ago. That was totally in that nothing space, that space of all potentials unmanifest, and they're all yours. And it does take you out of the mind, which is a beautiful thing, transcending the mind. Um, so anyway, the fidget generators, highly recommend. That was my big sales pitch today on the fidget generators. Um, gosh, a few weeks ago we tried to do one with the I don't have it here anymore, the large 7-inch harmony generator, and I couldn't keep myself together. So we might do another webinar on the 7-inch harmony generator sometime, because we made a lot of those too. Um, until we bring in this new energetic, which who knows, like, any day now. I've had like 2 good days in a row finally, and talking to my sister about it, about going through this transformation, is, yeah, it depends on the day. And some days, like Sunday morning when we had our Easter picnic get together with the family, Sunday morning, Brenda's like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it. But she got herself shifted around Saturday. I was like, I don't think I'm going to make it tomorrow, but I got myself shifted around too. Um, just are really going through things right now. So many levels, and it's just so far beyond. I mean, I know it's everything from physical and, the mental, not so much anymore. That's cleared away so much, the mental stuff. The emotional has really been coming into that maturity a lot. But there's still been deep release stuff coming through, and I'm ready to really get back into my body and get into shape again and all the fun stuff. God, I haven't even flipping ridden my Harley and my motorcycle in like since September. Um, I don't even know. I might sell that this summer too. But it's just going with the flow of the changes, that just realizing, and I know a lot of you are going through the things too, the different changes and things that you can't even describe. Hey, what the heck's really going on here? Hey, Renard, good to see you. Um, so yeah, all I can say is hang in there, because um, yeah, I know you all trust and know and feel if you are in these spaces and places. Um, yes. Hey, thanks, Christina. Yep, all about the intentions, living in the spirit and the, the living spirit in the material. Yep, for sure. That's what we are doing. Is we are bringing everything into completion here. All of our lifetimes, our experiences. We're bringing in our wisdom. That is the culmination of these lifetimes and experiences brought back to soul, is the wisdom. And that's what we're doing. And we're still, still once in a while digging up some of that really ancient stuff, and releasing it and seeing how it's tied to things that happen in this lifetime and other lifetimes and even further away. Hey, Gail from South Africa. Glad you're here this morning. So, anyway, yeah, just, gosh, do your best to be in the heart space. That is for sure. because that's why I appreciate being here with you guys this morning on 50 Questions Friday and Twisting Wire every day, is because it's really the only time that I can truly get in and find my heart space here recently. But you know, I know it's going to be easier because that's truly where we're going to be living from, is from that heart space. Um, it too is just simply changing and shifting to meet us where we are going. So, anyway, I know I have utmost trust in it all. All right. So I was trying to think if there is any other announcements here for tools or energetics or how things were going. Hey, Malik. I'm glad you're out taking advantage of the weather. Um, gosh, I guess while we're just all here, why don't we just all jump into a space? Might as well. That's kind of what 50 Questions Friday is a container to step in to help you step more into yourself, really. Um, so yeah, let's just go ahead and do a meditation here. So just closing your eyes and dropping into that sacred space of the heart. You can do it with a single breath, just an intention. Or you can take the 3 breaths and use your visualization and imagination and intention of imagining that light within your heart, your soul spark, your soul fire, and imagining connecting your light to that heart of the earth, that light within the earth. Taking that deep breath and breathing in, bringing that energy from the earth to you, bringing it to you. And next, connecting with the heart of all that you are, everything from the I am, I exist, to the soul, to the master you, the higher self. All that you are in your infinite wisdom and light, bringing it to you. Bringing it to you. In that third breath, that connection, that great party within your heart of all that you are, and that of this earth, all together, with you as this human right here and now. All of that support, all of that light, all of that wisdom and energy is all there, and it is all for you. So just stay focused within your own being, nobody else's stuff, not even your stuff from the outside world. Just stay here within. And if things come up, invite them in, because this is the space of transformation, of alchemization. This is the space that is untainted and untaintable. That is your light, the light of you. That is where all the magic and power resides in this entire creation, is right there within you. So if there are things in your world that come up that you're like, this is rough. This is This is not really enjoyable anymore. Bring it to this space, to this safe, sacred space, the space of transformation and of your light. Bring it to you. And don't feel guilty if it's something, like you have, you know, if you're a caretaker caring for somebody or even your critters, that you bring them in that situation into you, into your heart, into your space of transformation. And so it's not like you're saying, oh, I'm giving this up or I got to be done and completely set this down. No, you are bringing your compassion, your wisdom, your love, and your light to it and allowing that situation to shift and change for you because everything is always there for you. It always is everything. But if there's something that you just are like, well, this may be serving me, but why? I don't want it to serve me this way anymore. This is my energy. I am a creator, and I am choosing to receive the wisdom from this experience so that I may step into experience the new, the more joyous, the grander, the things in my heart that I wish to experience. The things from your dreams that you wish to experience. So yeah, just being in your space of alchemizing, of alchemization, of transforming with your wisdom, your compassion, your love, your light. The wisdom is the biggest thing. Yep. And when you bring those things that you are holding that aren't bringing you as much joy and life as they could, when you bring those things in, it transforms them. And it does pick all the wisdom from those experiences. And then just simply letting it all go, knowing that it is transformed, that it is alchemizing, changing right before your eyes. All right, well, sometimes change is tough. It really is. But, and it can be scary and everything else. But, the more you just sit in your light and the more that you just know and trust that everything is there truly for you. Yeah, then you just allow it. Just allow things to transform because some things take a minute and some things can be instant, which is the really fun and beautiful thing to see too, is when the things happen instantly before your eyes. But yeah, anyway, I will let you all run and play with that one. Yeah, thank you all for being here and for holding that space. All right. Well, anyway, I will see you guys another time. And yeah, take care, enjoy, and happy spring for those of you in this spring region. And happy fall for those of you who are not. But just saying, yeah, thank you guys. And we'll see you next time.